this is going.
We
That should help.
are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to D&D Papihos. My name is Jacob, and we are here to have a non-stressful game of D&D, as that's all that it is. There's nothing else to have, and nothing happened last episode. Everyone was fine. Everyone had a good time. And then after they were a little tuckered out from the party, they went back home.
Hold on. Let me stop you real quick. When did you gaslighting the viewers become a thing? Because you did it at the end of last. I very distinctly remember.
What do you
did it at the end of the last session,
Nothing
and now you're doing it
happened.
again.
Nothing happened.
Stop.
Nothing happened.
There's something that I want to say, and I don't know if it's appropriate for stream, so I'm just not going to.
Here, I'll do it.
Nothing happened on the 15th of September, Thursday.
Here, I'll do the recap. Suna yelled at Rem yelled at Suna. Nime and Gil yelled at each other. I yelled at Rem again. And then Rem and Nime yelled at each other, and then we went home.
Yes.
In the last episode, we went shopping at the meat market.
We got some good dragon meat.
A couple different kinds.
But in reality, we'll kind of jump into this just for different announcements. Sadly, Jazz cannot make it tonight, so Nime is going to be a little bit reclusive for this. But we'll jump in with an actual recap where we last left off. You all were still up in the scattered woods. Having felled the world eater Abrezdul, you found yourselves bloody, exhausted, and looking for a way to get back to Greywall. Rem and Suna took a group of people south, all the survivors of the airship, and Zex, Gilgamesh, and Nime stayed behind in order to go towards where the army was fighting to look for survivors. However, everything was not as it seemed when they went there, as they discovered a soldier of the Greywall Guard shambling around, picking through the battlefield. As they followed the soldier back, they discovered the person manipulating them, as that soldier was no longer alive, and Lacom, one of the Ascended, was mulling over the battlefield, picking pieces that she wished to take. A talk briefly happened, and then even more briefly, a fight broke out, in which Gilgamesh was slain. Zex pleaded for the three of them to escape, and for some reason, unbeknownst to them, Lacom obliged. With quick thinking, Zex used a Revivify scroll on Gilgamesh, and Nime found O'Brien's body. Without relinquishing the location of their fallen dragonborn friend to Lacom, the three of them got away and made it back to the ship, where, upon hearing that Lacom was there, Suna and Rem turned around, Rem trying to stop Suna and actually falling her with a guiding bolt to make sure that she didn't run herself to death. Tensions rose within the group as they all gathered back around the airship's corpse, the arbiters resting in crafting arcane chalk for the teleportation circle, until the extremely tense hour passed, and the circle was drawn. And in groups, you all stepped through the portal, until one by one you all apparated inside of Greywall Castle. The marble ceiling greeting you, almost blinding in comparison to the ash that has been in your eyes since this ordeal started. merely a couple of hours ago, though it seems like weeks. As all of you step out, catching your breath, and others letting loose sighs of relief, Suna broke off from the group, heading away from the castle. And that's where we're going to pick back up.
I did.
You said you did. If you want to retcon that.
I just healed up Gil at the end of last session.
No, I'm going to say, actually, you heal Gil, and Nime breaks away.
I think you're thinking of the last time we
The last time you were all
teleported.
angry at each other and Suna stormed off? My
Yeah.
wires got crossed. Well, Nime, you all can see her silently kind of break off as it looks like she is moving to help people that are more injured than the four of you off, as Jensen is severely hurt, as well as Yenta and 2 out of 3 of the Arbiters, as they are all kind of moved off. You can hear kind of shouts of, "It's the Arbiters! It's the Skyship crew! What are they doing here?" And you can hear the sounds of spears clattering to the ground as different guards that weren't actually brought onto this mission kind of come and begin assisting people. As you all kind of look around the area where the teleportation circle is getting increasingly crowded. As people begin slowly trickling out of the room, getting ushered off into possible, like, a medical bay or a private chamber for just getting away from this. And what do you guys do?
I just want to go home as quickly as I can. Just going home.
Okay.
How many of these do I have left? I'll pass out my last 5 potion of healings to whoever needs them, whoever wants them.
Unless if the party, someone else wants to receive them, everyone else is kind of getting filed out too quickly to
Okay.
take anything. But
Does anyone want one of these?
with nothing else said, I guess you guys
Yes.
head back to the keep. Gil leading the way as all of you kind of step in. The keep still being filled with familiar sights and smells, how you all left it half a day or just this morning, so half a day earlier. Gilgamesh, you're the first through the door, and it is quiet with the small creaking of wood as you step through the floorboards.
I don't. I just want to go to my room and just kind of be there for like an hour.
Okay.
Not really doing anything. I'm just kind of there.
If no one says anything, the day is going to start passing you guys by.
I have to inspect these bodies to see what kind of magic I'm going to need to put them back together. So I'll urge one of the guards to take me to a secluded room and have some of them help me move these along so I can see what's going on.
Okay. The bodies recovered were Mortan and O'Brien. As the two of them are laid out, neither of them have major body parts missing, although O'Brien underneath the armor has been shredded in the chest and stomach region. As it is safe to say that they are deceased.
But they still should have all the necessary organs. No, there's no missing pieces, so to speak.
No direct missing pieces.
I'd like to do a thorough check if I can, with a guided medicine check, if you allow me.
You are able to.
Uh, 23.
Yeah. It is as I stated, as Mortan has been more a victim of impact, blunt force trauma, falling from the skyship as he had crashed into the deck, while O'Brien has been shredded. His armor blocking a good amount of the blows, but anything that has got through has eviscerated his main core on the inside.
So with that, I'll leave them in this room. I'm assuming no one's going to want this room. And I will go get the diamonds that I need and then just kind of head back to the keep for the day.
Okay, so you're picking up the 2 1,000 pieces then?
I'll take the 2 1,000s and I think I should be able to split them with Stone Shake later, but yes.
Okay.
So that's 3 that we've used. We have 9 left, I think.
Alrighty.
When I get back to the keep, I need to check my desk drawer.
It's still there.
The drawer or the rock?
Both.
Good. I'm glad the drawer is still there.
The drawer is, in fact, still there. Very comforting.
Cool. That's all I have for now.
Okay. It's up for you guys to drive what's happening right now. Otherwise, the days are gonna just be lost.
After my hour, I wanna leave.
Okay.
And
Where are you heading, Gilgamesh?
I'm thinking I'm gonna go to the Mages Guild.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go see how things are going down at the good old Mages Guild.
You follow streets kind of going around. What you're noticing as you kind of step around is word is kind of getting out quickly as severely bloodied people exiting that are recognized as people who are involved in this mission that they had begun to talk about, as it is very hard to hide over 1,000 people moving and mobilizing.
Yeah.
That people are back, and you are beginning to see people kind of walk in the opposite way of you, towards the castle.
Oh,
as
that would make
with
sense.
people coming out of the castle, people may be expecting others to begin to exit.
I need to go back to the castle as well.
You're very quiet. Hold on.
He's quiet for me too.
Is that better?
Nope, I'll fix it.
Okay.
I've fixed it.
Okay. Sorry.
So, Zex, where are you going?
To the castle as well.
Okay. As you're beginning to, follow with that group of people, Starting with Gilgamesh, you make your way to the Mages Guild, and the door opens. The familiar, welcoming kind of ambience of the Mages Guild fills you. But it rings a little bit hollow as you enter. You're not sure if it's because of what's occupying your mind or what be occupying the imagination of those present. However, this is probably the first time ever that you've entered the Mages Guild that all eyes present immediately turn to you. As Jaylene, sitting at the desk, kind of sits up, immediately just kind of closing this thick leather book that she is reading and standing straight up, as you can hear chairs screech over to the side as Kor, the dwarf from the Fighters Guild, kind of turns and looks. And a old face, one that has not been there for a while, bone white, raven masked, in a deep black cloak.
Whoa!
As that mask is trained on you at the door.
Oh!
Those are the three people present in the Mages Guild. As Jaylene's, are you all right? And she kind of snaps, and the section of blood across your shoulder guard kind of disappears. As it's a section that if you tried to clean yourself up, you kind of missed. As she stands up, come sit down. I'll make sure that you get something. And she's kind of stepping across, at the same time stuttering, but still so carefully choosing her words.
As she's doing all this, I just want to put a hand up and just kind of just to stop her from continuing, I guess. And then I'm just gonna go to the rooms, I guess.
Okay.
And I want to find Tara's room.
Okay. Easy enough. You know where it is.
I do know where it is.
As you leave, Jaylene kind of standing in the central area of the Mages Guild, head upstairs, and you go in front of Tara's door.
I'll give it 2 knocks.
There's no answer.
She hates me. Do Tara and Ty... They don't share a room, do they?
No,
Aren't
but
they just
are rooms
next to
right
each other?
next to each other.
Okay. So then I guess I'll try Tyron's.
2 knocks. There is no answer.
I guess I'll go downstairs and talk to Jaylene about this.
Okay.
Is she still trying to make accommodations for me,
stopped talking, but you can see as she has left this room and has come back with this mug, and as she kind of presses it towards you, you can see the small bit of steam rising from it, as it seems to be a hot drink, and as it comes, the smell of tea fills your nostrils.
Aww. I'll take the tea and I'll sip it occasionally. Um, I will pose the question though. Where is Terra and Tyron? They're at least not answering their doors.
Neither of them have been in since this morning.
Do you know where they are?
Well, Tara said that she was going to see you off, and Tyron didn't say much. He just left. It's about a 50-50 chance every time someone leaves that they tell me where they're going.
All right. Thank you, but you really don't have to make accommodations for me either.
Of course I do.
I'll be quite all right.
Then don't think of it for yourself. If that's what makes you happy.
Is the quote unquote masked figure still looking at me? Are they still like...
both of them are still looking at you.
Wait, both... I missed someone.
Core.
Oh, Core. Okay, there we go. Yep.
They're at separate tables.
Okay.
They're not together, but both of them, again, the people who went off to fight a dragon must be interesting.
Well, that is one way to put it.
It is very much one way to put it.
I just want to look at Jaylene. I'll give her a slight smile and a nod, just, you know, just a little something, I guess. And I want to go sit down. Can I assume that this is the doctor?
He's not hard to identify.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know many other people that have bone white raven masks.
You know, I can't say that I do either. So I'm gonna go have a seat with them.
Okay.
I'll sit at the same table that he is.
As you're sitting, he has a leather book, the same that he was writing in the last time you saw him in the Mages Guild. As a quill traces across it, and then it stops halfway across the page as you sit down.
Is he just sitting there?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've seen you around quite often, but I think you're one of the few, at least, notable people that I haven't spoken to.
And it seems the same goes for you. And the book closes with the leather glove.
Do you have a name or a title that you go by?
I am the Doctor. I've just come to relay a general message. Simply, this is the place that you check, and it is unbecoming of me to frustrate you at your place of rest.
You have something for me?
A message to relay?
Being?
Twofold. One is to Rem, and it is a general statement that his assistance is no longer necessary. What has been done has already been done. Both the positive and negative affects have happened. The second is to Zex. And it is an apology, as he has been trying quite hard to contact me. However, until about a year from now, I'm going to be a little bit too busy. I'm, in fact, just making work for myself by being here. Your little life-changing battle has caused quite the stir. It is my job to make sure that the pot does not spill over. However, congratulations to you and your troop are still in order. And I do mean congratulations.
When you say it's your job to keep the pot from spilling over, what do you mean by that?
All I am able to say without stirring the pot myself is that you 5 are an awfully large ladle. However, it is a good thing that you are all here. Otherwise, it would have gone much worse, much sooner. You're doing what you need to do, as am I. It was his decision anyway that put me in my current profession. I just wish I
Whose
could,
decision?
well, that's the problem of my profession. It's annoying to hide, cloak things, but until my current job is done, I must do just that. There is no malicious intent behind it, just necessity. I wanted to at least make sure I've said that to one of you before problems arise down the line. This is my attempt to be compromising.
Is by having me be your little messenger boy?
You don't have to relay the message. That is your decision. But I'll, hand you a little bit of a freebie right now. She's waiting for you where you last saw her. And he's waiting, biding his time where you last left him.
I'm getting up and I'm leaving the guild.
The chair scratches across the floor as you stand up abruptly and you leave. Zex, I know where you're going.
You know where I'm going. I'm mad I didn't go the other direction, though.
So, Zex, you head to Greywall Castle. The people kind of beginning to gather outside of the gate. As you can see, fresher-faced guards just kind of manning their posts. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, you can't enter. And people are saying, is it over? Are they done? And will be sudden an announcement. Please, calm yourselves. And as you kind of head in, you can hear people slinging. What'd you find? Is it over? Is it over? Are they coming back? Just kind of hitting the back of your ears as you push your way through the crowd. As the guard sees you, still kind of bloodied and haggard, he lets you through. Where are you heading?
Well, I'm assuming Yenta probably went to go and let them know what was going on, so I'm going to find Yenta.
Okay. As you head, naturally, you go to kind of two choices with that statement, either the war room or one of the general meeting rooms.
The war room.
The war room picked, you kind of head through, and what you find yourself as the doors kind of open up is Yenta is there. His sword, bloodied, just put across the table, scattering the battlefield. And Vardair, who's just kind of nervously pressing his hands together just above his chin. And it's in this kind of moment of Yenta just kind of holding himself against the wall, one arm behind him in a brace formation, and Vardair just kind of staring off, that both of them swing and look at you as you enter. Welcome back, Zex. What can I help you or you help me with?
Has Yenta already filled you in on everything that happened?
The basics. There is still something out there. Not the dragon. Just good news, but he says that you are all treating it worse than the dragon, and you said that these were people masquerading as gods. That outburst from Rem put it in perspective.
I didn't grab my book. That's okay, I have it all memorized. Otherwise it wouldn't be in that book.
Zex, is whoever you encountered worse than that dragon?
Without a doubt.
Fuck! And he pushes this, like a gunshot, the sword scatters off the table, scattering these pieces. So we've traded one problem for another. Damn it. Vardair, you couldn't have known. It's no one's fault. No wrongdoing was done here. No wrong steps were taken. Wrong steps or not. 5,000 people, my people, are dead. For what? This was not trading a pawn for a pawn. These were lives. Sent on a noble mission that didn't have the goddamn dignity to die with them.
You couldn't have known. And we were set up.
We need you here now. Whatever's coming in the future, we have to know. I have to relay this to the family. Damn. There's no course of action to take. The way you've all put it, We've played right into the hands. Our army's gone. Brave souls behind them. Trading one evil for another like a fucked up card game. And Vardair just kind of looks at you, Zex. Is there anything we can do?
Currently, no. Unfortunately not. We're kind of stuck at this moment. And what's worse is she was reanimating the corpses. So we could easily be facing down the army we just sent out to defend us.
We have a security force at the castle, and you're saying they're going to have to face down their brothers in arms.
We don't know what she's doing next.
What fucked person would do this? This is inhuman. Alright. Both of you, the information will be relayed to the family at once. A statement will be drafted. Something will be said to the people. Hopefully. Zvarderic just kind of quickly walks out. Is there anything you're doing, Zex? Are you done?
I'll just kind of hang out here for now.
Alright. I'll give Suna and Rem a quick chance to do something. If not, we're going to Gil.
Along my hunting down the diamonds for this process adventure, am I stopped by anyone in particular? Am I privy to any conversations along the way?
So you would basically, it's just going over to a section of the castle, and the common denominator basically of what you're given is, as soon as you're outside of the castle, there is no filter to it of people yelling what happened, where's the ship, when are the troops coming back. And while you're inside, people are asking along the same line, but more reserved, respectful, cautious. There is no such filter outside.
On the inside, when people ask me, I'm just going to give them like that, you know, that slow like shake of the head. You know the one.
Yeah.
The one the doctor gave Elliot up. That one.
Yep.
And when I get outside, does it look like the guards are struggling to deal with the masses?
No, nothing's violent. It's just the buildup of more and more people. They've seen 5-ish people exit bloody and were known participators, especially Gil, who is one of the two faces of this. And no one else has come out. You could guess, as Rem is fairly smart, there are probably people beginning to gather at each of the 3 gates. Or at the very least, the east and western gates.
Do I see who's in charge here?
Yeah, there's a very young, fresh-faced man. He's got blonde stubble going along his face, and all just, if he has blonde hair, hidden behind this helmet, is just kind of speaking out with one of his hands up, trying to calm the crowd, reassuring them that a message is going to be coming.
I'm going to look to him and ask him, would you like a hand with this?
Just please don't rile them up. Doing what we can.
I'll make an announcement if I can, if everyone's willing to hear me. Like, is it, like, am I a known participant in this?
Yeah, and the fact that you're covered in blood is kind of proof that you are to those who don't care.
I'll yell out, everybody go home. We'll make an announcement tomorrow and let everyone that you meet know to go home too. Crowding around like this won't help.
Like,
and I'll roll a
make
persuasion. No guidance for this one. Don't roll a 1.
Natty off the
Wait.
hip.
I
Wait,
rolled a 1.
wait. Oh.
Yeah.
I'll if persuasion didn't work.
No, as
no
you
one's
see, people are
punching
just
me.
like, as no one's physical, it's just the crowd hears this and just immediately goes back. It's just like, he came out. There's going to be someone else coming out for there, or maybe they're trying to sneak in through the gates to surprise us. Someone go check the gate. Someone go check. And you can see people
It
break away and
becomes
begin
an
running down the street.
8 though. Does the 8 do anything?
The 8 does not stop anything. The 8 is still a failure. And you kind of like see this kind of happen. You look at the guard, and the guard just shrugs. He doesn't blame you for anything. He just, these are people that are waiting for, they're people that are waiting for friends, fathers, mothers.
There were women soldiers.
Yeah, there were
out there?
women soldiers.
There were women out there.
Hell yeah.
Oh, we're progressive. I mean, they're dead as shit, but we're
They're
progressive.
dead as shit.
I'll just start with the crowd, and if anyone asks me, I'll just tell them go home.
Yeah. It seems in vain. Alright. Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
To the castle? Or somewhere else?
I mean, assuming that the doctor isn't just yanking my chain, I want to go to where I last saw Tara, which I believe was her sending me off
At the
at the
skyship
airship.
port.
Mm-hmm.
And you ascend these stairs as people, Eric Cochran's kind of come up and are asking what you're doing, and then stop as they recognize you and see that you are a little haggard.
Only a little bit, though.
As you step up, you
Me.
ascend the stairs, and you can hear the wind kind of moving past you, being high up. And as your eyes kind of train across the skyship dock, you look and see Tara's form.
He
Kinda
wasn't
leaning against one of
lying.
the poles, eyes trained to the north, waiting.
So how am I approaching her? Like, from what angle am
You'd be
I?
approaching her from the side. You get
From
the
the side,
feeling
okay.
that she probably would have noticed you if she wasn't so focused on looking to the north.
Fair. Is it what kind of weather is it? Is it hot today? Is it cold? Is it a little stormy? Like,
It
what? How are we
is-
feeling?
It is a beginning. The day started out sunny, but you can see kind of moving up from the southwest that there are clouds kind of rolling in, so it is going to be overcast soon. But with that comes a wind that blows Tara's hair to the north as she is waiting.
I'll approach.
Okay.
And if she doesn't notice me, I'll like stand next to her, also looking north.
All right, I'm gonna
If she
roll
does
for
notice
her.
me, yeah. Can I roll like a contesting stealth check
If you want to.
to not be noticed?
Yeah, if you want to. Absolutely.
Oh, that's not. Shit. Oh, and with disadvantage? Oh, Lord. Oh, it doesn't matter. I got a 15.
Wow.
Don't tell me I
Tara
beat her perception.
Tara has a great perception, and she has a +7 perception right now.
Whoa!
And she rolled a 7.
So she doesn't notice
She does
me.
not notice you. As you come up and stand as she's just leaning against the pole.
See, I want to stand next to her, looking north, and just kind of say, like, not necessarily to her, but just, like, generally, I guess. Seems to be a storm coming. You might want to get yourself to a room.
And grabs, and you can feel the force of her just move to the side as you can kind of take a half step as she embraces you. It's good to see you. Welcome back.
I'm not one to make empty promises. And I'll give her a hug back.
You look like shit. Where's the ship?
A burning pile of wood and ash in the middle of a forest.
How are you? How are you that? Oh. The others? Rem, Zex, Suna, Nime, how?
They all made it back. We did lose O'Brien.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's the price of war, I guess. I figured I'd come around and at least let you know I was alive. How's Tyron doing? Have you seen him?
He's not talking to me. Kind of what I expected.
Then I fear things with me might not go much better.
price to pay. I'm willing to be the asshole in this situation, Gil, and I don't regret how I felt about it. But
War is about sacrifice, but sacrifices present themselves in various different ways.
yeah,
I should go talk to him.
you know where he is then.
At least an idea.
That's good enough. Do you want me to come with?
It's all right. I'm the one who gave him the news before, so in a way it's my fault as well. You go back to the guild. Take care of yourself. And I'll go find Tyron, which is arguably gonna be so much worse.
Okay. As Gil descends the airship dock, one more kind of walk around if there's anything changing with Rem, Zex, or Suna.
This isn't a big thing, but I just want to put my little dragon thing.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to put it in the window. A certain lady might find that as an invitation, maybe.
Okay.
And that's all I got.
Okay.
I'll stop at the post office and see if a letter came for me.
Okay. You stop by and check, and it has not been too long, and as such, there's not a letter.
But I'm going back home.
Okay. And with that, Gilgamesh, you've gotten as much reprieve as you could get.
I've done my best thus far.
As you walk, you're accosted by the same shouts of the crowd.
Are they yelling slurs at me?
They're not yelling slurs. They're yelling,
that's good.
asking where everyone is, where the ship is. Did it go well? Is it dead? And the guards are yelling that an announcement will be made by the crown soon. Please be patient. Go back to your homes, but it's not working.
Okay, well, if the guard is saying that there will be an announcement made, I have no comment.
All right. As you make your way through, you head to the last place you saw Tyron.
Fuck. Is he there?
Get closer, you first hear sounds. The sound of flesh impacting. With this wet accent to it.
Ugh.
Then a pause. Labored breath fills the air for a second, and then as you turn the corner and look into this courtyard where Tyron trained soldiers for the assault, and you see Tyron, there were, last time you were here, several practice dummies, and even a tree growing in the center of the courtyard. The tree is now on its side, disconnected from the trunk, slashed with burn marks, and each of the dummies are shattered into pieces. The sound, you locate the source. Covered in sweat, with bloody hands, Tyron is punching cracks into the stone brick of Greywall Castle.
Oh my god. Homie thinks he's playing Minecraft.
Like with Terra, he does not notice you enter.
Okay. How far away am I from him currently?
40 to 50 feet.
So I want to start approaching him. But as I do, I want to call out and say, you know there's a front gate to this castle. You don't have to break in through the side.
He stops. I ain't stupid. And with these wild, no more like actual punches, these wild haymakers go out. You can hear part of the knuckle crack as he slams it into the wall.
So then why are you punching the wall?
Stops again. Somebody said I'm not good enough to leave here. Somebody said I'm not good enough to be there. Somebody said I can't take care of the people. I'm not strong enough. I'll be better just here. Stuck in the castle. Left alone.
What would make you stop thinking that? Do you want to fight me? Do you want to beat me?
I wanted to
Would
fight
that
with
make-
you! Turns. You can see just the blood coursing down his knuckles. I wanted to be there with you. I'm an adventurer. I fight things. I'm good at it. It's going to be there. At the very least with O'Brien.
He's gone.
What? You hear his knees impact on the grass. I should have been there. I
No.
My friend. I just should have been there for my friend. Is he just shoulders shaking, tears rolling down, and the two mix in front of him as his knuckles on the ground, mixing with tears.
Tyron, I can't lose you too. War is about sacrificing things. And I'd bargain to say that you made the biggest sacrifice out of all of us for this.
You should have been there. My friend. Friends, don't do that. Useless. 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 And he's just goes into an uncontrolled fit of crying as you hear his hand thud into the dull turf. How long do you stand there, Gilgamesh?
I just kind of wanna sit there with him. Just kind of be there. I'll let him do what he needs to do.
Okay. You're there for a while.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
As Tyron makes a small crater in the turf before it devolves into dry sobs that just rack his entire body. Till it's silent. All you can hear is his labored breathing. Tears dried from his face. The eyes never leaving the turf. He never looks at you. Past when he yelled at you before. First time he yelled at you.
I feel like it's probably the first time he's yelled at most anyone.
He does not move. As the hours go by, Rem and Suna within the keep, Zex waiting in the war room, Gilgamesh with Tyron. Zex. Eventually, you see the door open to the war room, and in steps a female Asimir, Selvin, the ambassador of law. Her celestial eyes filled with grief, and you can tell that she, well, probably not knowing the whole story, knows enough. She kind of looks. Both of you should get some rest. The burden is no longer on the two of you for today. But both of you will be needed in the future. You've done all you can. Please.
You're sharing what's happened with the people outside, yes?
Adair has been in contact with the rest of the ambassadors. Word has gone out to the two arbiters that were not present here. And the royal family is deep within thought. Yes, a statement will be made. Please do not kill yourself waiting for it.
I'm not the one dying for the statement. I know what happened.
Well, the statement might not kill you. The exhaustion, however, will. Please, do not let another person fall today.
When are you telling them?
I don't know.
That's not good enough. Wouldn't you want to know?
How would you tell them so that blame is not shifted upon those who survived?
We can't control public opinion. No matter how we tell them, someone is going to be blamed, and it's probably going to be us. Better to get it done now, rather than making them wait.
That is up to the king. Not myself, and not you. Please. Be kind to yourself. Because if this statement is worded wrong, there will not be many that are. They are doing what they can. Trust them. Vardair is very good with his words. The king and queen are no slouches. Give His Majesty your trust. The same goes for you, Yenta. She kind of looks. You're on death's door. Please, retire yourself for the day. Yenta just nods. He leaves the pieces and his claymore sword scattered on the ground and limps out of the room. If you don't want to leave the castle, that's fine. A bed can be provided for the night. I would say an escort can also be provided, but it may be in poor taste.
I'm going back to the keep. No escort.
Thank you.
I expect to be alerted whenever this statement is made.
Of course. Of course. Get some rest.
I'll leave.
Gilgamesh.
Yeah.
The silence is broken. An elven form kind of going through. A high elven man, his hair black, slicked back neatly. These deep golden robes, black. Kind of turns the corner. You two need rest. Please. I've been sent to ask you to retire and find your way to recuperating yourselves for the future.
Do I know who this is? Does this
You
person
can make a
look
history
familiar?
check.
Does this person look familiar to me? Holy shit.
You really did try that.
Nat 20.
Oh boy. So, first thing you know is this is Kane. He is the ambassador of land. He is.
Oh, he's a real estate man.
He manages the land inside and outside and around Greywall. But with a natural 20, his face looks familiar for a different reason.
Oh no.
As all of a sudden you're struck with the likeness of the High Elf Master of Illusion Arbiter. A similar face.
Wh-
The Master
you're
of
saying-
Illusion was on the ground assault.
Right.
And although this man you know is the ambassador, with the natural 20, this time you notice, he does look strikingly similar to the ambassador, or the Arbiter.
Like, is it like eerily similar? Like, if I saw him at a glance, I'd think that's the Arbiter.
No, it's with a. I can be pretty candid with a 20. It's recognizing similar features that could possibly have arisen between family members.
Oh, interesting.
Like how a brother would look similar, evoking similar images as his own brother.
Okay.
Please.
Interesting.
If you do not feel safe outside, I have been granted permission to provide you lodging for the night.
I will see to it that my companion makes it to where he needs to go, as well as I. You have no need to worry.
Thank you. You can see him like pause for a second, nods slowly, and leaves you two.
Has Tyron moved at all?
Nope.
Tyron, before I go, just promise me that you'll take care of Tara and that I won't lose you as well.
You hear his muscles kind of flex and groan in protest as he pushes himself to his feet. Kind of looks at his dried blood on his knuckles mixed with the dirt. His hand on the right cracks into a fist. And he walks out, saying nothing.
Wow. Dear Lord. Is Kane still in sight?
If you begin to
around.
walk out, as Tyron is just very fast walking away, you can see Kane is kind of doing the opposite, as he is slowly walking, and you can very easily see him down the left side of the hallway.
I wanna call out for Kane.
Okay.
And kind of wave him over to me.
As he stops as you say his name, and his face kind of turns around. And he steps and shifts and slowly comes back to you. Is there something you need?
Just see to it that my friend receive at least some medical attention from somebody. He's injured his hands quite badly.
I will see to it.
Thank you. And yeah, I'm gonna go to the Fighters Guild.
Okay.
And I think I'm just gonna like. I don't even think I'm really gonna do anything like specific. I think I just kind of want to be there for a while.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone's doing for the day? Then all of you go to sleep. As soon as no one does come to you.
I'll just leave it there.
Okay. As the battle started a while back, and all of this has taken the course over hours, the night does begin to come. And with that, overcast shadows everything, and slowly, until it increases in size and speed, rain begins to pour. Soaking those outside to the bone. It is effective for a while, as well as the night coming and dispersing people. The sounds that carry through Greywall, the questions, die down for the night. Everyone will get a long rest. Zex,
Mm-hmm.
as you are asleep, about halfway through the night, you are woken up by something. There's a pinging sound against your head, like something was trying to talk to you.
And I wake up?
Yeah.
Alright, I'll wake up.
It wakes you up. You just have the
I
ring.
can let it in. I
if you
choose
wish
to. Yeah, go.
Hello, Zex. As a deep, raspy, familiar voice climbs its way into your head.
I just cut her off there.
You've let her in. That's an opposing will save, so wisdom.
Damn it. Assuming it's Lacom.
It is very much so.
Yeah.
You can make a wisdom check.
I'm gonna lose.
Check or save?
Check.
13.
I'm sorry to say.
Damn it.
Oh, don't worry. You're not in any danger. I just wanted to let you know they're free to frolic around up to the north now. Pick over the scraps, as it were.
I don't have any spell slots left at this point, do I?
Nope. But you can respond.
I don't even know what to fucking say, man.
You don't have to say anything.
Start sending her the B-movie script.
I'm gonna get up and go knock on Rem's door.
Rem, you are woken up with a sharp rap on the wooden door.
You've got a lot of damn nerve waking me up this late at night.
Lacom just sent me a sending spell.
Okay?
Apparently she's vacated whatever she was doing up in that dragon lair.
And I guess that means we can go look over the rest later on and see what's left. Maybe it'll give us insight to see what she was so eager to get. Is that what you woke me up for?
Yes.
We'll deal with it tomorrow.
Alright.
After waking me up because his ex-girlfriend's calling him at 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's 2 o'clock, but okay. All right. No other disturbance throughout the night. And you all get your long rest. Half of your hit dice, all of your HP, every spell. All of it. But the rain does not subside with the morning. As all of you wake up, the rain hitting against the roof and mixing back with the sounds of people asking the same questions. Some of you quickly check outside of your windows. Thankfully, they're not outside the keep. However, it is very similar to when they were outside of the castle. And those of you who care to think about it assume that that's where it's coming from once again. The four of you are awake. And the day, for better or worse, is yours. What do you wish to do?
I'm gonna dump out my backpack on my bed.
Okay.
And just kind of go through, see what's left, like see what I have, and kind of reorganize my bag.
Okay.
I'm going. Is anyone down in the kitchen right now? Or I guess the dining room or whatever?
Nime's down there, but she's not cooking like she normally would on the morning. She's sitting, just kind of shuffling a deck of cards.
Oh, whether or not that's the case, I'm gonna pull the book out of my drawer.
Okay.
And just leave that on the table, and then I'm going to the castle.
All right. Anything Gil or Rem is doing?
I've got a sending spell to send.
You are welcome to send it.
This is going to Jade. Hate to interrupt your rest. Need you back in town urgently. Something came up and we need your help with it. Let me know when.
Make a persuasion check.
14.
14. Could you be a little bit more specific? I'm cleaning something up, but with specifics I might be there a bit faster.
They didn't respond to urgency. All right, I'm use the other hot words I know. This is the last one I'm sending, so she
Okay.
doesn't respond well to business. O'Brien had a bit of an incident, and we need your help getting some affairs in order. It would help if you made haste. Thanks. Would you like me to roll again with advantage?
No. There's no need. As you just hear her whisper, affairs? Fuck. And that's it.
I'll put my cloak on and I'm gonna head to the castle.
All right. Gilgamesh.
I've been here the whole night, and I'm gonna stay here.
Okay. Suna, after you're done with your pack, you can hear the
After
sound
my-
of people moving downstairs and exiting.
Okay. After I'm done with my bag, I'm gonna push my bed to, because it's like in the middle of the room, right? Like against the wall, but in the middle of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna push it to one side.
Okay.
I'm not being quiet. I'm just pushing to it's just gonna be.
The person who is still there, Nime, probably heard that. But
Well, Gil probably heard it too.
Gil's not there.
I thought Gil said he was hanging here today.
Gil never came home.
Oh, he didn't? Okay, never mind. I'm gonna. Guess I'll take my short sword. I don't
Okay.
really have a lot of tools. I'm gonna try to lift up one of the floorboards.
Okay.
That would have been where the bed used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have to roll anything for that?
That
Is it
is
just
an athletics check.
athletics? Oh, fuck. 9?
9. It takes some time, and it's messy. It's scratching up the board. But you do peel it off.
Okay. I'm gonna go over to my desk. I'm gonna take out the. There's like room to put a box underneath the board, right?
If you just take out some insulation, then yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna take the box out of my desk and put it under that board,
Okay.
and then I guess I'll try to push the board back. I guess I
Mm-hmm.
could, if I had to, I could kind of hammer the nails back with the pommel of my sword.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm,
again, it's like this board is sticking out because you've scratched it, dented it up by pulling it out.
yeah.
But it does move back into place.
Cool. And then I'm gonna move the bed back to where it was.
Easy enough.
And that is me for now.
All right. Zex and Rem, you two head to the castle. As you go, both of you can see that soaked to the bone people have gathered around there, and although the rain has quelled a bit of their unrest by chilling them to the bone, there are still questions being asked. And as you are seen, those questions are launched at you specifically as well. But the two of you push past and enter through the gate into Greywall Castle. It's up to either of you what you do next.
I guess I'll see if I can find Yanta. I'll look for Yanta.
Okay.
I'm going back to the war room as well.
All right. As well. It is. I'm not gonna have you roll because it's very clear where Yenta will be, and both of you are following the same trajectory. As the two of you step into the war room, there are a couple people here. Yenta, as you may have expected, as the pieces and his sword are cleaned up and set haphazardly back onto the main table. And then on either side of the room, there is the Asimir Arbiter, as well as the Earth Genasi Arbiter. Both of them hoods pulled back, head and hair exposed. As you can see, the Asimir's head seems to be more back to where it's shaped, but the bruise persists of where their skull was fractured. And the Earth Genasi's arm, well, underneath a cloak, you can still see throughout any conversation that has had that she is being careful around it. As the two of you enter, heads turn to you, and then they resume just biding their time.
Are they saying anything, or are they just sitting there?
They're just there. They're not saying anything.
Well, Yanta,
Aye.
could you find me Mortane's next of kin? People that would be close to him, please. Anyone? A family, friends, especially close co-workers. Need about 3 folks if you can. And then I'm assuming at this point, are the other 2 arbiters picking up what I'm alluding to here? Is being magically inclined individuals?
Yeah. They seem to just, their eyes kind of moving towards it. Yenta is just, I'm gonna have to break this to you, Rem. Mortan was a good soldier. That's what he was. His friends were soldiers. His family isn't around. Never spoke
No.
of them. That's how he rose in the last 2 years that he's been in the guard. Any friends that he has, probably on the field with him. Tenfin, others. The pile of bodies that was described. I don't think the captain has anyone else.
Then I'll ask you before I go through this process. Do you think that this is something that I should go through? Or should I let things lie? I can't ask him personally. I could, but I don't want to.
He's a hero. Better man than any of us could be. Dying for a good cause. Knowing for it. Whatever you're going to try and do pulls on that, I can't guarantee that he'll be too appreciative. His job was his life. He might have been afraid to put down the sword.
Best let him rest then, is what you're telling me?
Unless if you can take back the 500 people that went out alongside him, I don't think he'd forgive you or himself for prioritizing him over any of his men.
Fortunately, that's a bit outside of my scope.
He wouldn't blame you. And so, I won't either.
Burial rights for him, then. O'Brien, I hate to say I'm making a bit of an executive decision on that one. And I have someone coming into town to assist with that. As for you two, and I'll direct my attention towards the arbiters. If you're still in such shape tomorrow, I can be of some assistance with broken bones. But
Yes.
you'll have to wait some time.
Asmir kind of just waves. We'll be fine. The people that need it is... Keep as much strength as you can. We'll be keeping our strength as if we find our associates.
Some of the ground forces didn't return?
No.
The other two. Okay.
Ilkowin and Kavalar are missing. They knew what they were in for. That doesn't mean we're gonna stop looking.
Well, I suppose I should go have a look then. Can't do much else today.
I should mention, while we're on the topic of looking, Lacom has vacated the area.
Well then. He looks at the Earth Genasi and they lock eyes across the room. I think that we're going to find our associates still within the castle. We're gonna go look then. Yenta, as Yenta looks, we'll call in every hour, and we'll look for 6 hours. They're arbiters. If they're alive, we'll find them.
Hey, Jacob.
Absolutely. What's up?
We didn't see any of their bodies, did we?
You did not.
We didn't really look either, though.
No, we were kind of preoccupied. How far is the battlefield where we were from the lair?
Maybe like a little bit under a mile.
Are they implying that they're teleporting up there today?
Yeah, they look like they're going to go get the Master of Evocation and then go look.
I have some business over in that area as well. Can I join you?
We're leaving as soon as we find, we're leaving as soon as the 3 of us are ready. So, if you wish to, come with us.
I'll be going with you as well.
Yeah, there we go.
Alright. As the 4 of you leave, Suna, Gilgamesh, anything from you guys?
I've been in one place and I'm going to be staying in one place.
Alright. Alright. After about 20 minutes, the Master of Evocation is found, and the 5 of you bamf to the battlefield. They bamf to the airship first. The fires long put out by the rain as they extend over the battlefield. The scorched earth beginning to turn to ashen slush as you all tread over to the battlefield itself. Zex, what are you doing? And Rem, what are you doing?
As we enter the clearing, I'm activating my Eyes to the Grave ability.
Okay. Nothing comes up.
Except one thing.
Well, yes.
I'm heading north from the battlefield once we get there, because I assume that's the direction.
Yes, it is approximately the direction.
That's where I'm going.
You somewhat know where to go. Rem, are you going with Zex, or are you assisting the Arbiters? What are you doing?
I didn't come up here to poke around a dragon's lair. I'll let him do his business.
Okay.
As he's walking away, I will ask him, what exactly are you going there to do? I'm sure she's cleared out everything of worth by now.
We might get some idea of what she was looking for. I don't know. Or, considering that she was creating undead, the bodies might be up in that area as well.
We know what you find. Maybe I'll come and take a look.
Okay. The ring should be within range if it's less than a mile, yeah?
Till you go down into the lair, then yeah.
The ring was like 2 to 3 miles.
I thought it was 3.
I thought it was 3 too.
Was it 3?
I thought so.
I can say you have communication. That's fine.
Ah, fuck you. Bad reception in the tunnel.
Bad reception in tunnel. Magic ain't gonna save you. But Rem, you help the arbiters pick through bodies. I'd like you to make an investigation check.
Can I be guided?
Yeah, you can guide yourself.
Can I have advantage because I do this for a living?
You don't pick through battlefields for a living. You bury people for a living.
I've done this before, though.
This is a little...
I've done it before,
yes,
though.
one time is not count as all the time.
Investigation?
Yes, just because I eat a salad once does not mean I'm a vegetarian.
10. I can find something, maybe.
Yeah. You guys pick through the battlefield, moving over smashed armor, broken swords, snapped spears, and snapped skulls. After every hour, one of the arbiters pause, alternating, and just kind of pulls up a section of their cloak, and you can just hear their muffled, "This is the arbiters, checking in. Nothing yet, Yenta."
These soldiers have dog tags?
No, they do
Something
not.
of the sort? There's nothing that shows me who they were.
In medieval times, people don't use identifiers.
Like, these are just dudes.
These are men and women who, if they are human, probably were from Greywall and can be identified by their sullied armor. And if they are draconic, as there are plenty of kobold bodies, probably weren't for Greywall. You guys do find an area where there are large smoked craters where you're familiar-esque with the fireball spell, and you all recognize that these are remains of fireball spells, and this is the area where you kind of prioritize searching, but to no avail. As your search continues, Zex, you make your way north.
Oh boy.
You step over fallen trees, through the sloshed mud. And as you go more north, the bodies thin out until that there are none to walk over. You make it, kind of picking your way until you are at about after a half an hour in front of the lair of Abrezdul, the World Eater.
There are no bodies?
There are no bodies.
Do I see any, like, stuff in the ash around or anything? I assume not.
You can roll a perception, and I know
can't
your
just use
passive
my
is pretty
passive
good.
of 22.
I will say with your passive you don't see anything.
Can I still roll the check?
If you want to, you are welcome to.
Oh, well, that's no good. It's less than a 22.
All right. You don't see anything.
I'm going in.
As you move,
I'm wrapping my mouth first.
okay. As you move in, the ash dry inside away from the rain. It still palms up and sticks to your wet exterior. As you begin kind of shuffling through, moving into kind of the main section. As you go down the first thing, you do have advantage, but I still need that con save. As the ash still flies and sticks to you. .
19.
19, you're all right. As you descend into the chamber that you recognize is where you met face to face with the World Eater. You can feel the ashes swinging around your knees and thighs. You've got the 2 branching pathways that you've seen before.
Left and right,
Yep.
I assume. Which side did the sword float down?
The sword float down?
Yeah, she took the sword and dumped it into the back.
She did. That part went to the right.
That's where I'm
Abrezdul
going.
herself had come from the left. Very clever.
I'll go to the right.
All right. As you head to the right, at some point you begin kind of descending and you're working on keeping your footing as it actually gets quite steep as it goes and kind of turns. And as this goes, you can pick up, you see spots where like blood has been scattered across the wall and mixed with the ashes, but you never see a body. As you move your way in at this section, you get to a point where you can see the rocks rise up in a pillar. And around it, with your perception, you can see the ash is mixed with gold and silver and platinum. As you feel coins brush against your thighs as you wade through this section.
Pause.
Hold on for a
For a
second.
moment. I don't think I have like detect magic or anything. Can I make like a full perception check to try and spot any traps?
Sure.
$30.
30. As you peer around, no traps catch your eye, but what does catch your eye is on top of that stone podium, about 25 feet up in the air, is a large, opaque dome. This dome is the color that you can see on the dome as it shines kind of brightly is this kind of deep crimson red, almost the same color as Abrezdul's outer scales. And as you watch it, it shifts and shimmers, and you can see other small colors poking through, but red is the dominant color. And it is opaque.
This is tiny hut, right?
You can make an Arcana check.
Can I have advantage because I have the spell?
No, you may not.
17.
This is not Tiny Hut. Tiny Hut doesn't change colors. The colors are slightly shifting. Tiny Hut stays as one opaque color. But you're not sure what this spell is. As you kind of wade around, as the pillar is in the center of this room looking, you get to the other side of the room where the pillar obscures the back wall, and you can see a shattered bookshelf half buried in ash on its side, with shelves ripped out and thrown empty.
No books.
No books.
That's what she took. Well, for now, can I just start going through the ash and try and get as much of the coins as I can? I don't want to fuck with the dome just yet.
All right, you can roll me a general investigation check, and I'll tell you later how much you gather. But yes, you can go and begin gathering coin.
Is there anything else in there besides
I
coin?
will let you know with the investigation check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. As you begin shoveling some stuff in there, we'll get back to that. I do not... No, you do not find any items, but there is a plethora of all 4 major types of coin to gather. I'll get you the exact amount after the session, but you fill what you can with gold and a little bit of ash. What else you doing?
But I've done my investigation,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing else that I can see like around the dome.
Nope, just the bright shimmering light.
Can I attempt to dimension door inside of the dome?
Oh, yeah, sure. As you dimension door inside of the door, plenty of things happen.
Yeah, kind of figured.
I need you to make some saves. Say it with
Yeah.
me. Dexterity
this.
saving throw is your first save.
Dex.
Dex.
That's a good one that we can make though. That's a 23.
That's a success.
Half damage.
5, 11, 12. You take 27 is the full fire damage. So half to 13,
Fire.
half
And
again.
then half again. To 7? No, to 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As you go through and this first layer burns away at you. The next is another dexterity saving throw.
22.
22 is a failure.
That's... What?
Don't worry.
I'm inside the dome though, right?
This is all happening within half a second. You
Okay.
take 38 points of poison damage.
Ooh, poison?
Or, this is acid. My apologies. Still acid.
I was like, I don't have to make a con, right?
Nope. This is acid.
38.
38.
Okay.
My
Ow.
apologies. Then...
Can I, like, counterspell any of this?
This is not a spell that is being cast. You have to make another dexterity saving throw.
Another one.
Yep.
Come on, natural 20.
So just to... I'll be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4... 5 more saves for dex.
Are they all dex?
Yes, they are.
Are there any after that?
Those are the 5 I'm telling you about.
Great. Okay, so first one is a 25.
Okay, that's a success.
Next one is
I'm going to go by damage. I'm just telling you, you're going to be making dex saves.
Yep.
You'll be taking half of 36, so I'm dumb.
18.
18 points of lightning damage.
Oh, I got a natural 20.
Okay,
Or-
for the next one.
Yeah, for 28.
So that will be half. 16 is the half.
Okay.
As you take 32 half to 16 points of poison damage.
Can we stop? How many do I have left?
3.
3? God. Can more of it be fire?
What you got?
That's going to be a 24.
24 is a failure. As you take 40 points of cold damage.
I'm down.
All right. You automatically fail the next 2.
Right.
And
so...
I won't say what happens next.
Time to make death saves?
I'll... Sure.
Please?
Do not say anything. As we go back, Rem, the hours trickle by.
On one of them, I'd like to really focus in and try to look for people that I know names and faces of.
Mm-hmm.
In a vague attempt to re-roll that investigation with the guidance.
I will allow you one more. The DC is higher.
Hog. Why am I pulling up the sheet like it's going to be anything different? Oh, wait a minute. This might be meaningful. It's not that meaningful. 16. DC was probably like an 18 or something. But, you know, it happens as it happens.
You do not stop looking for people. Pulling through these separate bodies, you see people with, like, full quarters of their body missing, parts of their heads missing. This gore and terrifying sense of the battlefield. Sadly, no one that you would know, which would technically be Tenfin or the Arbiters. Hour 4, hour 5. As hour 6 comes, the Earth Genasi's like, they're gone. We would have found them. We would have found them far before this.
There's another way to look, but I don't have that ready today.
Yenta, we did not find them. We're coming back. All right. It's time to go.
Say into my ring, his ex were leaving, but you've been gone for 6 hours.
As you wait with the ring held to your face, you look, both of the Arbiters looking at you, or all 3 of the Arbiters looking at you. A minute of silence goes by.
I'll try again.
I'm listening in at this point.
If it's conceivably
Or
possible.
I can't hear from that far, can I?
No? Neither you nor Gil.
Cool, never mind.
I'm not getting a response. I think something happened. I don't know what could have happened. Maybe he fell into a trap of some sorts, but something happened.
Then we go and find him, yes?
That's your decision. I'd like to go and take a look, but I'm also not willing to fall into the same trap he did if that's the case. Do any of you have any quick teleportation magic should worse come to worse?
We are not in the same exhausted state as before. Two of us still have our method of escape. It only took one of us to bamf up here.
You're comfortable with the idea? Let's go take a look then.
And as you walk, you can hear them discussing, and it's like alright, I'll be the one who gets us out of here. You two can cover me in case if there's an arcane trap. And just kind of discussing tactics as you guys walk. The hour passes by with one of them sending to Yenta saying that they're looking at one more thing. They'll be back behind schedule.
I'd like to talk with them a little bit while they're while they're walking. Yesterday aside, when's the last time any of you were in the field?
We're in the field often, all the time. This is unprecedented because we're not normally in the field together, and most groups of two. To have 5 in one place was unprecedented, as the Aspir kind of finishes the statement. This has not been done, ever.
There are that many forces throughout the continent that need to be suppressed? Or do you go across the pond, so to speak?
Not officially.
Unofficially?
They kind of give you a look.
No, I tried. You'd figure keeping people in one piece would give me a little bit of gravy points, but you know what? We do the best we can here, don't we?
We are not meaning to offend.
I
There are
take
just
none.
some things we are just not supposed to say out loud. We take it... You would understand.
I am sitting on knowledge of a otherworldly entity that raptured the battlefield with her presence, so
Discovered
I understand the sentiment.
sentiment of we make sure armies don't show up on the shores as often as they'd like to, and you have world-shaking information. We all have our secrets.
They're very, like, prim and proper with it, aren't they, as we're going along?
They are very outwardly calm, but with your perception, you can see under their hoods, their eyes are very focused, seeing if anything's coming. Very aware.
And my passive's high enough to pick up on anything that's coming at me unless it's like a living individual, isn't it?
Yes.
It would have to be a living,
If
like,
anything is just
humanoid
walking,
creature.
yeah, if anything is just bounding towards you, you'd hear it. Something would have to be actively trying to sneak up on you.
Well, not much else I have in wise of conversation. We're not exactly, technically in the same line of business. I haven't been home in quite some time. Have any of you been near that way? Any news of that area that you can share?
I'm sorry to the Earth Genasi woman. Sorry to be crass. Is it too bold to assume that you're then not a resident of Papihos and would be safe to assume where you're coming from and asking about?
Not from Ashtar.
The king's doing well. And, more of dealing with the seasons being too harsh in their neck of the woods. We haven't had to discuss anything with them in probably half a year.
It's about how long it's been since I've left.
Oh,
So nothing new.
it's a good place to be from.
It's a ways away from where I've ended up. 2 battlefields later, and feels like an eternity away.
Of course. Everything's so far away in the moment.
Insight check their statement, their reaction to that statement.
Okay.
26.
The 2 arbiters that you're not familiar with are very clearly gathering information about you, building their own bit of codex on you. They're very straightforward people, as far as you can pick out from them, and they are very logical people. You also can see a small crack in that logical exterior, however, because for obvious reasons of being out here for 6 hours with nothing to show for it, it's enough to shake anyone.
Yeah.
The
Ow.
arbiter you know better, and in turn knows you better, does not seem surprised by your statements. You can just see a grim smirk and a nod come from them. Almost a thing of understanding.
To the ones that are trying to scope me out, I can tell they're trying to scope me in a logical way. I'll ask them straightforwardly. It seems like you haven't heard or interacted with me very much. If you have any questions I can answer. We have quite a bit more of a walk.
Oh, there's nothing much. Just... you really seem to be the kingdom's... how would I put it? Hammer to a situation, you and your group. And for that, I offer you my thanks. We couldn't really do anything in full amount, although we wanted to.
Everyone was aware of that situation?
Oh, not exactly. We were missing details. As they would put it. The worst of the worst did not come to it, but you'd be foolish to think that... how should I put this? A
You
land
weren't
that
aware
no
of a mass
no one's
brainwashing
allowed
event.
to enter and no one leaves would not be suspicious to us.
Suspicious.
Again, the worst of the worst seems to evade us.
It's apt that you describe us as a hammer, as we are powerful, we are clumsy. There's a reason that we call ourselves the... I pinned this message. The parading charade. We try not to take it all too seriously, but
That's what
somehow it takes us seriously.
That's what you call yourselves.
Would you prefer we call ourselves Lord Killers?
Call,
'Cause that's what they were calling us.
call yourself whatever you like. It's still, morbidly self-aware.
I prefer individual titles. One's individual merit. Group things are all well and good, but
Well,
it helps to look at the smaller pieces.
the only one of you that I know has a title is the Champion of Daycaria.
Not all of us get involved in things like that. Some of us take lesser known roles, like trying to be the beacon of hope in a city after a long spell. You don't really get titles for things like that.
Well, I have to say and admit, the fact that Daycaria is the only people with soldiers not on the airship returning is going to be a talking point in poor faith for a long time.
I think everyone knew what they were getting into the moment this happened, and I'd love to see what the family cooks up to cover it. My guess would be separate draconic entity enters the fray unbeknownst to us, but we are safe. That's the best that I could offer.
Oh, you think he's even going to tell them?
Sometimes it's easier to cover things up if you throw a little truth in the mix. It's better than saying, things went bad, no one came home. Resonate with the people a little bit. Sure, it could throw some off, but it also resonates with the more human element. You get what I mean?
Sure. Still, I think the count was 23 people not on the skyship return. It's a damn small number from almost 6,500, I believe it was.
I don't envy them. Even picking through all of this, I don't envy them.
I don't envy anyone that has to, wait for something that's not going to come.
I wish I could do more.
Everyone wishes they could do more. But we must do what we can now. And if that's seeing where your friend has gone, so be it. And you all, the 4 of you, approach the mouth of the cave. As the Asimir kind of steps down, looks. Well, there's very clear and present treads in the ash.
I recommend covering your mouth as you go in. And I'll pull out a little bit of cloth. I'm sure I have some from the last time I was here. And cover my mouth up.
All right. As everyone just kind of pulls over their undershirts and such, the spits of the cloak to the side, mouths are covered, and con saves at advantage are rolled. Success. Success. Cocked. Success.
15?
15's a success. As you all make your way down, the Asimir Arbiter, Master of Master of Abjuration.
One thing, Price, you made the sandwich.
I did. Master of Abjuration leads you on. The trail leads you to the right side of the 2 caverns. There, one more con save at advantage is made. Success. Success. Success.
24.
Success. As the 4 of you go to the right, head down the same path, see the same bloodstains but no bodies. And no Zex. As you guys enter in a room, you can see very clearly 2 things, even upon just entering. One, the 25-foot stone podium in the center of the chamber, with the rainbow shifting colors with red on the outside dome. And the second thing you can see is a large kind of divot in the ash and gold and platinum where a sizable section of it has been taken. Well, there were no prints heading out of this room. Just one set going in.
But he touched it.
The dome?
Yep. I bet he touched it. Knowing him, I bet he touched it. Knowing him at his worst, I bet he somehow tried to finagle his way inside of it.
Okay.
No clue what it is, though. Do you want?
You...
Do an Arcana, maybe.
You can do...
What
Actually,
mystery?
nah, this isn't an Arcana check that you can do.
I have proficiency.
Yeah, I'll let you have it then, with a proficiency. Outside of a non-proficient Arcana check, I guess. What you got?
What the hell? Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You look at this, and this is not a normal spell. This is an intense spell. A very potent one. As you know, as you are right on the cusp of getting to this level, that arcane casters eventually begin to progress so far that they can begin to manipulate 3 of the most intense things known to the races. One of them is gravity. Another is time. And the final one is light itself, where the trio of chromatic spells come to light. Very basic chromatic orb, you've been struck with it plenty of times. Higher level, chromatic wall, or chromatic spray, a deadly encounter. Thankfully, not used on you. And finally, in the back of your mind, prismatic wall. Extremely deadly, and immune to tricks by teleporting. There is no easy way through this wall, as the caster manipulates it to be their will of light. It can also be known to be cast repeatedly in order to be a reoccurring spell at a location. And this is the first time you're seeing it in the flesh. Or rather, light. It immediately crosses your mind without a doubt that if any of you touch it, you are extremely likely to die. Or worse.
I'll tell him as much. Of what I believe it to be.
So you're reckoning that he went through that?
Oh, I bet 100% he tried to touch it. He saw something shiny and jumped on it like a crow.
Well, if he died from it, where's the body?
Inside.
Oh, dear gods. We're just going to be experimenting on this then.
If I attempted to spell magic this, it's not going to explode, is it?
You don't
That's
think
not-
so?
I don't think. Do I? How certain am I? Is it like a 80-20? Is it like a 60-40?
I would say it's like a 70-30.
Oh, that's weird. Okay. Any suggestions before I just start trying to dispel magic it? I'm sure there's something very exciting under there, outside of him.
And I would say if there wasn't him inside of there, I'd be on board for leaving it.
Here we go again. We're gonna hit it with a 3rd level Dispel Magic, and I will roll you that D20 with the wisdom thing for you.
Okay.
Let me know if it blows up. That's a 21.
21. I've got to check something really quick.
Oh, this shit's about to fucking explode.
I have like 8 paragraphs. This is a very...
This shit's about to explode 8 times.
I've been reading it. Do you want me to send you?
No. I literally
Okay.
have it.
I'm looking
Okay.
at it. I don't make it my business of knowing 9th level spells, but oh my god,
The dispel
are-
does not do anything.
nothing happens.
No.
Dude never stood a chance.
I also have to say, very quickly, I apologize. I am going to have to step away for a second. The 4 of you are allowed to talk. Just for it. I apologize to the audience. I do have to step away for a second. I'll be back very quickly. But we're going to take this as a quick break. Calm down. And I will be back as soon as I can.
So,
Bro, never stood a chance, bro.
nah. So, James, looking at this spell, what new character you got rolled up?
Fuck, dude.
Do I have what?
What new character do you have rolled up? Because looking at this spell, your ass is beyond grass.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely.
You
Never
are
stood a
not
chance.
even. You're not even close to grass.
Oh.
You're plankton, my guy. Maybe
What
less.
I survived a few of them.
A few, but
I have not been told what happens. What was the spell? Prismatic Wall?
Prismatic Wall. You
for
take.
the people at home, I'd like to read it out. It's a long block.
He essentially. I'm simplifying here, but through
Oh
the
my
first
God.
5 walls, each wall through the first 5 deals 10d6 damage. You took 50 d6 damage altogether.
I was at max health. I took over 100 damage.
Yeah,
Fuck,
yeah, that
dude.
happens when there's multiple of these locked in one spot.
Yep.
And then the last 2
Assuming
walls
this
do
was
some
it
weird
though,
shit.
because 2 of them went off on me, I haven't been told what happens after that. All we know is I have 2 failed death saves, and we don't know what's going on after.
Oh, that's enough to know that your ass is grass.
Maybe.
Is that what we know? That's what you know. I didn't
Really
know
quickly,
that until right now.
I'll roll 3 of them right now. I'll just roll 3 dice right now. All 3 of these, my luck is a little bit worse, probably a lot worse than yours. I will roll
Okay.
3 dice right now, and if all of these come up as over 10, I will in some capacity say that I have faith that you survive this encounter.
If you know what
Your ass
prismatic
is
wall
grass.
is,
I
Fuck,
rolled
dude.
a 1 and a 2 and an 11. You're fucked.
A 1 and a 2.
oh, God.
Fuck,
Well,
dude.
if there was anything like after the prismatic walls, I'm definitely fucked.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
another set of prismatic walls, maybe.
Well, because so shape the wall into a sphere. That's what happened.
Damn, bro.
If it's only cast once, I'm okay.
No, he
I don't.
said
I
it's.
don't. I don't.
If it was only cast once, I'm okay.
I don't. I don't know, man.
Wizard only? This dragon was a fucking wizard?
I don't think it was the dragon that did this.
You
I
it
think
was
that might be
Lacom?
Lacom's doing.
Yeah, probably.
Plus, I'm not entirely sure that the dragon had magic before meeting Lacom. Just a theory that I have nothing to back it up with, but
Hold on.
you know.
I need to check what level this spell is.
It's a 9th
Ah,
level
damn
spell.
it.
It's a
No,
ninth
I
level
was-
spell.
I wanted to look for pass wall because if it was 4th or lower, I shouldn't have taken the poison damage.
Oh, dude! As soon as JC told us what it was, I looked it up, and it popped up as it says 9th level, and I immediately went, "Oh no!" Oh no,
I mean, you walked into a fucking
So
blender.
dude! And I kept
Wait,
I
I
was
made
reading the
5.
spell, and I kept reading it, and it just. I'm like, oh fuck, and then I read the
Oh
next
God.
paragraph, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh yeah,
It just gets worse the longer you read that spell. Oh
The
fuck.
last one I'm fucked. I'm probably not dead, but I'm definitely fucked.
if you made it there.
I expect I did.
I
Oh, and
mean,
oh crap, no, I'm super fucked.
well, didn't JC said it happened to you all at once?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it did happen to me all at once. So
So
how
you
many did I
technically
make?
made
I
it to the
made
last wall.
I made 7 deck saves though.
it starts as
It
deck
has
saves, and
it
then
has
the
7 walls.
But there are only 3, maybe no,
but
there are
you
5
didn't.
deck
You did
saves per thing.
no. You have to make a deck save for each layer, and then the layer
Yes.
that you're on forces its own individual save.
What?
So going through. So the way this works, you if another creature that you can see the wall to move within 20 starts to turn there, it can be blinded. There's 7 layers. It has 7 layers.
Hmm.
Or pass through the wall. It does 1 layer at a time through all the
Right.
wall's layers.
Right.
As it passes through each layer, it must make a dex save or be affected by that layer's properties as below. So if you
Wait,
pass the
but
dex
I
save,
passed a few, so why did I take so much damage? Oh, because I still take damage as I pass through
Halves.
them.
halves, you failed some.
So, watch by sight of another creature. This says nothing about whether or not what happens if I teleport in now.
And it says by passing through it at all.
If you position the wall so that it passes through space occupied by creatures
When a creature
before.
attempts to reach into it or pass
Alright.
through the wall,
Moving
I didn't attempt to reach through or
Beyond.
pass
you attempted
through.
to
I
pass through
teleported.
the wall.
as
Would teleporting proc that rule?
I would argue against that, but
I kind of would too, to be honest. That's not technically passing through.
I
it.
didn't reach. I didn't even touch the thing.
If it's taller than 20 feet at the middle, or if it's taller than your height at the middle, I would beg to say that it doesn't work. But you know what? I'm not DMing it. He says your ass is fucking obliterated. Roll up that character, buddy.
Hi, JC.
hello.
Glad to have you back.
Thank you. So,
So I looked up the spell. Would I know how to do it layer by layer now, or would we just say that I'm fucked?
since you looked it up, I don't like. It is metagaming for you to do it layer by layer.
That's the only way to do it.
I
Or
know.
what I know about like the cancellation magic of some kind.
Well, so you know that there are ways to you know that there are ways to bypass it, but you do not know how. Since you have looked it up, there's no way to fairly have you solve this.
Mine was going to be dispel magic, and that was my plan.
Mm-hmm.
That as Rem,
So
that was the plan. That was the only plan.
We're gonna have to Arcana check per layer. Otherwise, the layer will have to be taken out in a different way.
Let's
You
do
have
our
the
best.
arbiters with you. So, all 4. There are 4 separate Arcana checks. This should be okay. Okay. 10. It is the Master of Evocation that steps up first. As she kind of flicks her hand, and you watch as a ray of blasting cold arcane energy slams into it, and you watch as it hisses as the wall both dissolves and takes the spell with it, revealing the orange layer underneath. Well, let's get started. Another Arcana check?
22.
22. At this point, you can see that the orange wall is flickering slightly with the small draft that is coming through. do you have a way to dispel it through this method?
By a strong gust of wind. Uh, oh fuck, man. I don't particularly have a way to make a strong gust of wind.
All right, you say that, and the Arbiter of Abjuration, the Asimir, says, I should be able to, and casts a wind-based spell, which is in his list, and you watch as the orange flickers and goes off.
Before we know if he was vaporized, did I get my wand of fireballs back? I'm pretty sure he gave that back.
You did. He gave it back to you at the ship.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
all right.
James, let me know if you didn't.
Next layer.
I'm pretty sure I gave it back to him. I don't know.
Pretty sure he did.
Alright.
I feel like I remember it.
Next, Arcana check.
23.
23. Both you and the Evocation Arbiter realize of how this one seems very solid, and quickly a barrage of magic missiles is expelled from the Evocation Arbiter's hand, hitting into it, and you watch cracks form. Kind of looks at you and then lets go more as more force damage goes into it and destroys the yellow wall.
Next.
For green,
This is going to make a great story for bears. That's a bit lower with only 17.
that is still you realizing that this wall is semi-translucent. As you realize that this one might be purview to something that you can step through.
I'll relay that to them as best as I can. It is something to step through it.
Okay. With that and a 5th level wall dispel from the enchantment, you watch as the wall opens, and then as a piercing teleportation is put through it, the entire thing cracks appear in the green wall and go away. Blue now.
Six.
And both you and the evocation see a pattern with the red being dispelled by cold, and immediately you see fire flare from the Dragonborn's hands as a bolt courses and slams into it, shattering it. Indigo.
16. That might not be enough.
This one takes a second because it's not a very... It is a bit of a wrench in it. And as you guys are here for probably about half an hour looking at it, you watch as the Genasi just... Oh, what the hell? And... Good. As you watch, as she actually runs her hand up against the wall and kind of stands back for a second. Shit. Success. Failure. As you watch as her skin begins to tighten for a second, and she's like... Before breaking it.
Her skin? She breaks her skin?
No, her skin begins to, like, harden even further, being an Earth Genasi, but she breaks through that as she resists the effects of the spells. And immediately the Asimir's like, protesting, and she's like, we weren't going to figure that one out. And I'm afraid of it resetting.
Fair.
And you guys are left with the violet layer.
Oh, God. 16. I know nothing.
16. And with this, shock of risk-taking to the Earth Genasi, she figures out the last section as... Here we go. And you all can recognize the dispel as the last layer shatters. And in it, now we roll the fun part for Zex, as we're going to go back for a second.
So I would ask real quick,
Mm-hmm.
now that I'm looking at this spell,
Mm-hmm.
I tried to cast a spell through it by teleporting in, yes? Wouldn't it just fail because of the indigo layer?
So,
You'd have to hit the indigo layer.
you have to hit the indigo layer.
It says while it is in place, spells can't be cast through it.
Mm-hmm.
The indigo layer is
But
the bottom.
it's... I didn't have you roll the shunting damage, but do you know what happens if a dimension door fails?
I'm just shunted to the next
Adjacent
nearest
to
open
it.
place. Yeah.
And brush the wall.
You didn't even technically go into it. You just caught the edge of it.
So, Zex,
So then why did I make 7 saves?
that's for me to know, and for you to hate me for. There is one last little thing I need you to do for me, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Ugh. You do need to make first, because these are instinctive saves, not strength or dex. 3 con saves.
If the DC is higher than 21, I fail.
Please roll.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
2.
Okay.
17.
Okay.
That's all 3.
As finally, I will need you to make a wisdom save.
21.
Okay. Some days you play D&D, and other days D&D plays you.
I'm not sure that's how that works.
It helps if you don't try to teleport to a technicolored orb. But that's why I don't use any teleportation magic. I also probably couldn't be trusted. Pop off, Karen. Go ahead.
Okay. Inside of this, among trinkets, things that glow with runes and of arcane potential and magic, there lies, face first on the ground, Zex. His red skin changed to an obsidian black. A perfect statue of your ally.
I mean, I've seen this before.
Oh yeah, you've cured this before. It's a different stone, of course, but yeah.
Hey, I'll get back to you on that tomorrow. I don't have that today.
Oh,
You don't?
dear.
Nope.
Oh, but you do know that I believe I have one of those in my bag.
Nope.
Which is
You've been turned to stone.
The bag is?
Yep.
If you are petrified, everything that is worn or carried turns with you.
That's unfortunate.
Ah, fuck it. Let's give it a go. O Lady of Grief, hear me as I cast my useless prayer out in the night. Please have mercy on this poor bastard and assist him in his endeavors to become unmade from stone but back to flesh. Do you want me to roll that, or do you want me to roll in the thing, or can I just roll it?
You can just roll it because this isn't in the heat of battle a very intense roll. This is whether you get him today or tomorrow.
Nope.
Okay.
86. Nope.
86. As it just kind of rings out in the cavern. All right.
Miracles got limits.
And that they do. Well,
List all these trinkets, though.
we can gather this, send some good fortune to the crown. Lolka, turning to the Asimir, we should be able to teleport most of this to the
I can
castle.
put the rest of it in my bag.
Even
I got
just the
room in there.
trinkets, we are surrounded by ash and coin.
You can come back for the coin.
We can also just teleport it.
True, true. Does it help if we gather it all up in one place?
We'll work on that. And as you even hear her say that, you see this giant hand appear above her, go down, and begin scooping everything into one section. I'm lazy. Forgive me.
Don't blame you. I'm numb to all this. I'm trying to have a good day.
Good day is a relative term.
Exactly.
As, for the sake of expediency, the horde that remains is gathered up, including your ally, Zex. And with a teleport for first the items from one, and then the people from another arbiter, it concludes your journey to the Scattered Woods. While you guys were gone, Gilgamesh and Suna, you have the day to yourself.
Doesn't? Never mind. Hold on.
Rem never canonically gave me those herbalism supplies, did he?
I believe I did.
Which
I don't-
herbalism supplies?
It was
There's-
supposed to be
there are
before
no
the dragon
herbalism
fight,
supplies.
but it was before we went to Dentor. It was like, I want to say it was like 500 gold worth of supplies, but I don't think we did
I
it
did.
canonically.
No, I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I did indeed do that.
Canonically in game, or I think it was just in chat.
We had time for me to do that when we were making potions.
At the
We don't
very
have to
least-
have a conversation about it.
At the very least, now the audience knows that you have some herbalism supplies originally given to you by Rem.
It was marked.
So,
It's like a day to make us like a normal one, right?
I'll double check, but I believe you are correct.
It is.
I'll make it. I'll make a potion.
All right.
I'll make a double mark that I have that stuff.
All right.
I have
Uh-huh.
1,325. I cross-referenced this with a book. I believe I canonically gave that to you. We had that conversation. A moment.
Um,
But I
how
have
much does one cost?
25.
25.
I have 2,720 of my alchemist supplies. And typically these things go hand in hand because I buy them at the same time. And I am indeed seeing a faint 8 underneath this 3. So yes, I did hand that off.
It was like 500 worth?
Yep, exactly
Okay.
500 worth.
Okay. So I have, by the end of today, I will have 475 gold worth of herbalism supplies and
A potion.
1 base level healing potion,
Alrighty. Gilgamesh,
or 1 more potion.
Yes.
are you doing anything?
No.
Okay. What's your passive?
Mine?
Yes.
Uh-oh. 16?
Okay.
Do I see anything cool or fun?
There, among the cleared area of the Fighters Guild, you hear steps splashing through the rain. Your eye lazily turns to look up the road. There is a woman, feminine in shape, dark brown cloak over her form and features, a small rise to either side of the head, seemingly looking towards you, a bit too far away in the rain to see who, until she turns around. You can see trailing after her, coming from one side of the cloak, a feline tail. She begins to walk away.
Do I know? I mean, I know who this is, but does Gil know who
has
this
only met
is?
one tabaxi before, I believe. Maybe 2, but
Maybe two.
there's only one that's coming to my mind immediately.
I mean, yeah, I'll call out for her as she's walking away.
Mm-hmm. You just say her name?
Yeah, why not?
The figure stops in the stance that you are becoming increasingly used to seeing today. And does not turn around, but the voice, familiar, stern, comes to your ears. Where's your cleric?
Holy shit.
Where is he, Gilgamesh?
You should be at our home.
I've been gone for a while. Please, would you be so kind to tell me where your residence is, and possibly accompany me there? I'd hate for an old woman like myself to get lost.
I'll get up and I'll show her the way. Accompany her, in her words.
As you get closer, you can see hidden quite well underneath her cloak is a wicked sword. As she kind of makes her way, as the bottom of her armor underneath the cloak, you can see covered head to toe in leather armor. And you can look and see from her feline nose a large scar that starts at the right nostril that goes up until it disappears underneath her eye. That was not there before.
Oh.
You have been busy, It seems that all of the Dragonborn that I'm supposed to watch over have been busy.
Seems that likely everyone you know has been busy, including yourself.
Quite busy. But it is not becoming of you to leave a friend without his affairs in order. In any sense. I shan't leave you to wilt away, but a friend might still need you. We're not done. The two of you walk through Greywall. Feet moving as the rain has not stopped. And doesn't show any signs of stopping just yet. The sounds of Greywall over the years have generally been one of a bustling city, the heart of Papihos. And the last few days, the heart of Papihos has still stayed beating strong, with reserved will and hushed conversation, and quiet hope and confidence that you can overcome this coming issue, and will not fall to a dragon such as the World Eater. Today, the town itself is no longer quietly confident. They're loud. They're scared. It's a day of silence. Echoes louder than any arcane blast nor war cry could have ever done. As Gilgamesh and Jade move to the keep of your charade. Every single step that you take in silence deafens your ear like a bomb going off next to your head.
I do have a question for her on our way back.
Of course.
As you know, we're going. I want to ask, why haven't you come back before now?
I could say I was visiting family, as I was. I could say I was recovering, as anyone is apt to want to do after being dead, as I was. But I should say, more candidly to you than anyone else, Gilgamesh, I was ashamed of my failure. When I awoke from my permanent slumber, I found that my guild was destroyed. I took in the moment the people who trusted me were dead or dying. Whatever that beast was ravaged our home, my home that I cultivated for you all. And I could not stop it.
And you consider that to be your failure?
I failed all of you there. And that is not up for debate. It is true. I am a failure of a guild master. From what I understand, Jade has done well. Up until that point. But I did die, did I not? Jade is no longer fit to be a guild master in that sense. Jaylene is the name you should look for guidance.
Who's to say that we can't make another guild? Start anew, in a way.
It is only a building. First and foremost, we are going to make sure we have every member of the guild back first. Your friend must be talented. I do not remember leaving with them able to do such things. If the confidence in their voice said anything, I should be ready for a miracle. But for a miracle to be there, you must also be prepared. And so we shall be. Both of us. As you two finish the walk up the street, over. You two enter the keep, ready for a solution, hoping for a miracle. At the same time, Rem reappears in a flurry of ash and platinum with Zex in tow. A third person brought back. And hopefully a second to be restored. And that's where we're going to end the episode tonight. With some cleric stuff coming up next episode.
And what the fuck?
You were absolutely right. Nothing fucking happened today. You were absolutely right. Nothing of importance happened.
No, things happened.
On your end because of your action.
Gil pouted in the Fighters Guild for basically like 3/4 of a day.
No, it was the whole day. I was gone for
the whole day.
About
it was
8
the whole
hours.
day, wasn't it?
8 hours I was gone.
It is going to be the sun going down by the time that like Rem gets back there. And so there'll be at least a bit of time for awkward conversation between Nime, Gil, and Jade, and Suna.
Which,
okay, can you can you look at the D&D chat and answer Hominia's question? Because I was wondering, I was thinking that like it wasn't Jade.
Jade is a person.
Oh fuck.
Who has been? Yes, she has died and come back. Yes, her head was kind of wrenched open by the stuff, but she's also someone who is kind of recovering from this. She came across and she presents as a very, very proud individual. She was the leader of a guild that she would tell you any day of the week is better than the Mages Guild. And a way of coping may possibly be separating herself from that aspect of her life. She does not like talking, it seems, about the fact that she failed. And it was a possibility that in her such of leaving to go recover, she was worried that she'd come back and the 2-3 people that were in critical condition would have succumbed to their wounds by the time that she got back up the courage to face them. And for one of them, it seems that her fear has come true. She is very much struggling.
Well, she's not the only one.
Everyone's struggling. This is the struggle episode. If not mentally, physically with Zex.
Oh, let's talk. Do we have time to talk about this on stream for a moment?
I mean, you guys, I'm pretty sure. I am not stupid. I am positive that was all you talked about during the break.
Minutes.
Okay.
That is all we
It was.
talked about.
For a brief moment, I would like to throw something out there.
Sorry.
I could just lie and say he's dead and not fix him, and no one would know.
You
I
could.
mean, is that
God
an
would
incorrect
know.
statement to say that he's dead?
He's Schrodinger's dead. He could be dead in there. I don't know. I don't have the specifics. I won't know until I check. So if I don't check, I can saying he's dead isn't technically a lie because I won't know until I open him up.
Schrodinger's sex.
I could leave him. We could get a new character and we could be done.
I
But
mean, theoretically, yes.
I just want this to call into question. This
Is this what James?
this
you
is
wanna
where
do?
this is where the pin dropped on Zex. Every time he's done something, he's assumed that it's going to be okay. This is now one of the times where he cannot say that it was okay. Because I could leave him.
Okay, but that's also in my eyes, that's just willful ignorance.
Oh, yeah, I could leave
That's
him.
like that's exactly what it is.
You can't prove that. What's your insight? I'm not technically lying.
You're
Homie
technically
but
lying.
the other arbiters know
Yeah,
about it
Homie
now.
is stuck in an iridescent cocoon, and you're just like, he's probably okay.
He's probably no. I'm gonna tell you he's dead, and now we have a coat rack. I was gonna hang my fucking cloak up on him when we got home. I was gonna give him the ultimate disrespect, and I'll tell you after the session. There's a particular reason why I've been acting this way, and it's not because I'm sick.
I would have.
I found that another way how I want to exhibit my emotional trauma these days.
I would cut Zex open. If there was an iridescent cocoon sitting in the corner of our home, I would cut it open out of
Kind of
curiosity.
don't want to. Kind of want to leave him for a few days. Can we come to the agreement that we should leave? If I explain it to all of you in character, can we leave him for a few days?
I will say exceptionally cruel.
Listen, You
Naughty
left.
children go to the
You.
petrification prison.
You
This
left
isn't the
me.
first
You.
cool thing that Helmenia has brought up this week.
You left Gil dead for like what? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and now half of my
No,
face is
no.
scarred, and I've communed with a god.
I
Okay.
left you dead for 6 seconds. It's not my fault. Your fucking religious daddy came down and spanked you. Don't do bad things, and you won't get beat.
Okay.
I did nothing wrong.
You saw what happened in 6 seconds. Now imagine what's gonna happen over days.
He's fucking petrified. He doesn't know what's going on. It's like going to bed.
I veto this idea.
It's metaphorically laying on the concrete floor. Why not leave him alone? It'll be good for his back. Isn't that what you said? Just leave him
What's
alone.
wrong with his back?
I'm talking about the back of his moral character. Maybe this will stop him from teleporting into fucking multicolored domes. I see no downside to leaving him petrified and just lying to him and telling him that, it took some time.
Except for Zex has seen you cure petrification before, hasn't
Zex doesn't even know he's petrified.
Okay, but the minute that he finds
We'll tell you
out,
into a coma.
there are so many problems.
Okay, what's the problem? I'm tired of bending over backwards because Zex wants to stand in a moral high ground when I'm the one that has to clean up his fucking mistakes. He's the one
This is
petrified.
the
I'm
only
the one
fucking mistake you've had to clean up.
Is it? Is it though?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Is it though?
You should
Is it really though? Is it really though?
And on that note, thank you everybody so much for watching. My name is JC. We are, of course, sad to see that Jazz is not here, but she'll be here next week to pick it up. We are joined here, as always, by Helmenia, James, Suzanne, and Alpha, playing their characters Rem, Zex, Suna, and Gilgamesh. As I said, nothing happened here on the date of 9/22,
Stop.
2022.
Stop! I don't like this.
Alpha,
You're making my
shut up. Nothing
paranoia
happened.
so much
Nothing
worse.
happened.
Nothing
But
happened.
you know what?
today.
And join
You know
us
what? I'm
for
gonna
next
say it.
week,
Anything.
I'm
where
gonna say it.
maybe something happens.
I mean, we could have another, corpse picking arc. I don't mind. I'll do it again. I'll shoot the shit with the arbiters again. They're like, shouldn't you be fixing your friend? I'm like, yeah, but I'd rather do this.
So,
And all the ashen money came home with us. Pog. Not the
Nothing
trinkets.
happened in
Zex has
the
Cinnamon
ashen
like
money.
bunch
Square
of it.
1989.
as
Nothing happened.
thank you to everyone who's watching once again. If you haven't followed yet, make sure to follow. If you're watching the restream on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. And I will see you all in the next video or stream. Take care and have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.